In 1776, a quarter of New York burned. No battle, no verdict, no death count. The official record says, cause unknown. But the buildings that vanished were wooden, the ones that survived were stone, and after the fire, more problems were solved than created. By 1776, New York had approximately 25,000 residents, one of the largest cities in British North America. Lower Manhattan functioned as a major Atlantic port, a warehouse district. A commercial center. Urban density was high. Streets were narrow, blocks were irregular. Buildings were packed tightly together. This was not empty land, it was a working city. Architecturally, New York was not a masonry city, it was a timber city. Most residential and commercial buildings used timber frames, plank floors, interior wood partitions, wood shingle roofs. Brick and stone existed. But selectively, churches, government buildings, a small number of high-value structures, they were exceptions, not the system. In September 1776, British forces occupied New York. Occupation increased. Population density, housing pressure, material, neglect. In 18th century warfare, cities like New York were assets. Ports meant supply, warehouses meant logistics. Burning cities was not unprecedented. Falmouth had already burned, Norfolk would follow. The question was not whether cities could burn, it was whether this one needed to survive. The fire began late on September 20th, 1776. It burned through the night into the morning of the 21st. Damage estimates vary. 400 to 1,000 structures destroyed, roughly 10 to 25% of the city. One contemporary map records 493 houses destroyed. Houses, not structures. Even the numbers do not agree. The fire moved west of Broadway and stopped near open ground by King's College. Not by choice, by running out of fuel. After the fire, thousands were displaced. Housing collapsed, makeshift shelters appeared. There is no reliable civilian death toll, not zero. Unrecorded. In a city this dense, that absence is not reassurance, it is failure of documentation. Regardless of cause, the outcomes were clear. Burned lots became legally ambiguous. Property control shifted. Destroyed housing simplified military requisition. And if the fire was called accidental, liability disappeared. A verdict would have created cost. Silence was efficient. The British formed the Carleton Commission. More than 200 people were questioned. Witnesses reported multiple fires, matches and combustibles damaged fire equipment. Others reported wind shifts, airborne embers, accidental ignition. Both explanations fit the conditions. No one was convicted. The record ends. One structure survived inside the burn zone. St. Paul's Chapel, built 1766. Stone walls, tile roof. Bucket brigades kept the roof wet. Fire passed around it. Not luck, material behavior. Wood fails quickly, stone negotiates. After 1776, wooden neighborhoods vanished. Property lines shifted, rebuilding favored simplified layouts. Later construction emphasized brick and stone. What we call colonial New York today is largely post-fire architecture. Replacement, not survival. New York didn't burn because of mystery. It burned because of how it was built, how it was occupied, and what burning accomplished. Architecture created vulnerability. War exposed it. The fire didn't need intent, it only needed conditions.